Hey guys, so I've decided to risk my entire career and talk about race because this is such the right time in history to do so publicly on social media, right? So, seriously though, I'm teaching a class on gospel vocals. It'll say so on the screens, I can't remember the date, but I'm teaching a live Zoom class and I want to share an experience that I had that was very eye-opening for me. All black people are not the same. All white people are not the same. All Christians are not the same. This is the internet, so I have to say that. Duh. This is just the factual experience that I had. So, back in New Orleans, where I was born and raised, my father was hired by the Southern Baptist, my father's a minister, and he was a pastor. He was hired by the Southern Baptist Association to integrate a formerly all-white church. So the church had historically been white, literally with bricks dedicated to Klan members in the church that were removed, but that's how white the church was. And as the neighborhood became more diverse, they were like, we need to kind of get somebody in here to kind of bring the people together. So my dad was kind of invited to Martin Luther King it up and bring everybody together. And in the beginning, we literally attended a white service and a black service. So we went to black church and we went to white church. And finally, we ended up having our first full choir rehearsal with the white choir and the black choir. And I'll never forget, the song was, I think it's called He's Never Failed Me Yet, but it was a song that both groups knew. And they had a soloist and we had a soloist. And their soloist was named Melody. I'll never forget because the name was so apt, because she had I know God is able to deliver in time of storm. I know He will keep you safe from all earthly harm. It was beautiful, like a Disney princess. Way beautiful, way better than what I'm doing now. But then Sister Brady, our soloist, did it. I know God is able to deliver in time of storm. I know He will keep you safe from all earthly harm. And I realized even then, I don't know, maybe I was 13, 14 years old, that, there's some differences. Both had beautiful voices. I'm not doing either one justice, to be honest. My point is, even though I didn't have the scientific understanding that I now possess, I realized a difference in tonal shape. And when I attended the white congregation's service, or when we sang together in those early days, I realized there was a propensity toward a more amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. It wasn't compressed where amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved. There was much more leaning on the larynx, as I call it now, more glottal compression. And so there was much more, I've been talking about that a lot lately. Put a bow on this because I don't want to give all of the class away. We're going to go deeper in the live Zoom class. But a lot of times, the wisdom I think we can gain, regardless of religious affiliation, regardless of ethnic background or nationality or cultural background, the wisdom we can gain from great gospel singers is that they understand how to make their voices cut. It's funny, it's similar discoveries to what great opera singers have found out as well. This idea that if we concentrate the tone, we don't have to use so much brute force. And we can be incredibly powerful and impactful. When you hear people like Karen Clark Sheard or Daryl Coley, some of these gospel legends, and their voices are so powerful and they're performing over and over and over again. It's because they're not, it's effort, it's not effortless, but it's smart effort, it's concentrated. It sends it out, it slices, it cuts. It lets us have so much power, and this is influence. Even if you think that, what does gospel singing have to do with me? If you sing rock, you're influenced by gospel singing. If you sing pop, you're influenced by gospel singing. If you sing R&B, especially if you like to do runs, you are 100%. People talk about Brandy and people talk about Whitney Houston, but who influenced them? Kim Burrell, people like that. So, and more, So there's so much influence in how runs are constructed, how tone is delivered, and this is just scratching the surface. But